St. Mary's looks to run. Forward ahead, the junior from Folsom, California. Toss. A huge mismatch with Gillespie on toss. Draws the D.
Still got that matchup. Throw it back inside to toss.
House in the house. Gillespie's holding his own right now. 3. Villanova will put him up all game long.
Yeah, that's not even close, though. That was too quick. And Pascal not in rhythm right now. He's playing off the bounce. That was a catch and shoot in transition that was too quick.
St. Mary's excellent at defending the 3, and Villanova the 5th most made 3s in the nation. Huge part of Villanova's success, believing in the 3. Fitz attacks. Fitz floater. Pascal misses again. Slow start for Eric Pascal. Crossover. Jordan Ford attacks. Kuzi gets a screen down low from toss. Shot fake. Bump. Lay on. His fellow senior Pascal couldn't hit. Ford crossing over. Ford down the baseline. Yeah, terrific on Booth.
Look, he's got the mismatch. Gillespie digs in to help a little bit, and that.
Second opportunities. Ford, step back 3. In and out, offensive. That's another area. You've got to reduce your turnovers, and you can allow Gonzaga to get numbers in transition. St. Mary's really has done well in those areas.
Krebs fades away. And Wright can't answer. Here comes Tom Kuzi. Well, if you're a point guard, that's a good name to have. Doesn't spell it the same way. That's in and out.
Look at the defensive transition, though. Really good by San Diego. Ford wanted to push, but he realized he didn't have numbers because the guys in the blue jersey were back in the paint.
Krebs set up Fitz, bypassed the 3, drives into the traffic, looking for a 2. And it's deflected right to Matthias Toss.
Well, good job defensively right there by St. Mary's.
Little scoop and
the defensive end of the floor in the last couple of minutes. They have really not given up any good looks to San Diego.
Jordan Ford.
The numbers a little inflated for the Big 12.
We'll see after the Big 12 tournament if 8 teams are still getting in. Off the backboard.
I mean, really has kept this group together through a very difficult season, playing with energy, showing great resiliency and toughness here in Las Vegas. Number 1. And as disappointing as this season has been, they've been playing with an edge here in Las Vegas.
Malik Fitz ties it.
Really trying to force Jordan Ford to have to go to his left. They're not doing a good job of it.
Ford thought about a step back of his own and gives it up. Now it's in the post with Toss. Kuzi, 5 on the shot clock. Flips one up.
Level of play, it's unreal what he's become.
Ford, a head fake until he again stayed home. The finger
in the second half of that game here in Vegas. To start the game against BYU, he had 11 of their first 13, and then only scored 4 more points the rest of the game.
Only player on their roster that's got some tournament experience. A step back.
As a cat, including 12 straight in the tourney. I would say that is the definition of a winner. Booth has 5 straight for Villanova. The only 5 in the second half so far from Phil Booth. Jordan Ford, step back. The second half for Villanova have been the seniors, Booth and Pascal.
No, not at all. Last 3 buckets by the seniors.
And it's 3 for 3. Back up.
Ahead. It's been a while.
Since it was 1917. With 8:53 to go.
Parker's trying to get his teammates a little fired up. They're able to execute, though, right now what they want. They're getting shots. Wide open, big guy.
For St. Mary's, one of the things they talked about, they want to force Gonzaga to guard multiple sides of the court. They want to be patient. Don't let the crowd speed you up. Control the game, limit your turnovers. And the big point of emphasis defensively is we got to build walls at the defensive side of the court. We cannot allow them to get out and have clean looks.
I'll tell you one thing, Randy Bennett knows how to cut. What a great game plan, and most of all, the execution.
Kuzi reverses it.
Per game, second team all conference. You can't just rely on the 2 Isaiahs, right? And Pinheiro. You need somebody else to complement them if you're going to pull off the upset.
Ford.
Hit in on Pepperdine in the opening game tonight, as well as the talent disparity between the two teams. But this one more evenly matched up. San Diego not showing any signs of fatigue from having to play some.
Good game, man. These kids are playing. They're competing. It's so unusual for Zach fans to look at the scoreboard in the second half. Now, St. Mary's, you got to keep them under control. You got to contain those spurts. Trying to show some patience here.
They need to hurry now. 5 to shoot. Kuzi leans in. Yes.
Wow. I don't know how you got that off. I don't know how you...
6 points for Pascal, 6 points for Jordan Ford. He's yet to hit a 3, but he's a 42% three-point shooter. Lined up for Malik.
Opened up, and if you pinch, Booth is going to kick, and they're going to knock down a triple.
Tommy Kuzi, the walk-on point guard, off a screen from Hunter. Had a 4-game losing streak early. Kuzi entered the starting lineup, and the Gales have been on a roll ever since. Hunter, kick to the corner. Krebs spin.
Great concentration defensively. I love the way they put that pressure on the ball.
Jordan Ford off balance.
High school. What a player. You talk about bounce off the floor, explosive. And that play was developed by the passing ability of Perkins, one of the premier point guards in America.
Kuzi turns the corner, sets up Krebs. And he's got...
has been outstanding all season long. He is a pro. He is going to get picked in the teens in June's NBA draft. Ty Jerome is a pro, one of the best facilitators we have in the game. This is a Virginia team that could win it all.
Jordan Ford, shot clock at 7. Back outside to Kuzi. Leans in, and so he checks back in the game. Is in the game for about 30 seconds. Picks up his second foul. Now he's back on the bench. And based on, I guess, the game situation for Randy Bennett, we may not see him for the rest of the half.
He's a key player, there's no doubt about it.
He averages 15 a game. He's vital for them. He's the last guy they want to see in foul trouble. Krebs with
a lot tougher clubs. Lost a tough game to LSU, Mississippi State, Utah State, Western Kentucky, Cal Irvine, beat New Mexico State. Didn't win a lot of those games, won one of them, but at least they improved their schedule.
Kuzi with a head fake. Rolls it off the
right people. Gonzaga's better try to start to excite their people. Pick it up on the defensive end.
Again, St. Mary's takes the shot clock down deep to 5. Tanner Krebs caught on the baseline, turned it over. Into a semifinal matchup tonight.
In particular at the defensive end of the floor. They held Santa Clara without a made field goal for the first 8.5 minutes of that game. Then on Saturday, they held BYU scoreless for the first 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
They'll play through Jordan Hunter on the first possession of the game. And he goes to the old school.
Cousy, the sophomore point guard from Mesa, Arizona, where his head coach grew up, Randy Bennett. Played for his dad, Tom, at Mesa Community College. Krebs, full.
He can be special. I think coming back to school next year would be a big plus for him. To be healthy and play and prove to everybody that he can play a full season.
Little pocket pass to Toss, working on Tilly. Spins to the baseline, and Tilly.
Jay Will. I mean, come on.
It's like a dream trip to the ESPN cafeteria.
I had some friends visit me in Bristol. They were amazing.
One spurt in the second half. Said we're within 3 with about 12 minutes to go in the second half, and then had a stretch where we turned it over 6 times, and it was Katie bar the door. And Gonzaga, they get out and run. If you turn it over, they're immediately going to turn that into points. That was the difference in the game. Can they avoid that in this game as Fitz launches a
threes? And they are very good at sharing the basketball. 58% of their baskets are assisted.
Cousy to a slipping Hunter at the.
Job by Wright so far defensively, trying to keep Jordan Ford out, away from the rim.
Ford gets it back, 5 to shoot though. He's gonna have to force one up. Gets
the game. I mean, we often overlook it, but remember that basket, and if this is a 2-point game at the end, you're saying out of timeout, how do we execute? Outstanding.
Fitz, no good, 4 feet.
Ooh, I like that. Is this late night Bob now? Do we get late night Bob?
Spin move for Jordan.
What time is it in the East Coast right now for you?
Game for Villanova.
St. Mary's isn't going to change their theme. Their narrative is to try to continue to take the shot clock down.
Ford, kick to the corner. Fotu.
Good game.
The score at 6 minutes and 24 seconds was 24-7. Still is. It's a defensive, lockdown defense right now.
3 minutes to go on the half, 3-point game. Tanner Krebs off the curve. Ford turns the corner. It looks like Mark Few will leave Norvell on the floor with 3 fouls. The leading scorer in the West Coast Conference with a running hook.
And opportunities, you got a chance. That's how upsets happen, man.
Let's see if Malik Fitz can make an impact in the second half and stay out of foul trouble. He picked up 2 quick ones in the first half and barely played.
And he averages 15 a game, so he's a very key
Hunter,
player.
3 to shoot, jump hook. Yes. Cousy, spun a little, not a lot. Certainly not enough to get knocked into the first half. Krebs, tough fadeaway.